What's up, everybody? This is Hades from Scratch with Thunder, and I'm coming to you with my pure, full-powered Fluffal deck profile. And so Patchwork comes out. We still haven't gotten yet, sad face. And I got first place at Locals today, pulled the Utopia Lightning from OTS pack. So I decided to put it in the deck and do the deck profile. So let's get into the deck profile. First, we have 3 Fluffal Dogs. When this card is normal or special summoned, you may add 1 Fluffal card or 1 Edge Imp Sabers from your deck to your hand. So he's Stratos, and he's a 1700 Speed Stick, and he's a level 4 Fairy type. Now we have 3 Fluffal Bear. Fluffal Bear can discard itself. Discards itself for the toy vendor. That's the effect we all care about. The other effect, which no one cares about, is if he's on the field, you can tribute him to add a polymerization from your graveyard to your hand, but you can only get 1 of his effects per turn. Next, we have definitely one of my favorite cards in the deck is Fluffal Wings. I just think it deserves a reprint, but Konami ain't giving it to us. So Fluffal Wings can banish itself and 1 other Fluffal, but banishes itself as cost, and then it attempts to banish another Fluffal to draw a card. Then you'll draw another card to pop Bender and Search. So you get 3 cards off of this 1 card. Then we got 3 Fluffal Penguin. I love Fluffal Penguin because if I open it and dog, I'm going to summon it, and then I'm going to special the dog and do some plays with, the rank 4 plays. And they're all fairy types. For the last of the Fluffals, we have 1 owl and 1 cat. Owl's really good because when he's normal special summoned, I can add a polymerization, and also, if I'm against anti-spell, I'll normal summon it and pay the 500 life points to fusion summon Tiger to blow him up instead, because you can only get 1 of its effects per turn. So it's your way around anti-spell. And we have 1 cat because when it's used as a material, you can add back the polymerization that allows 2 heavy comboing in the deck. Now for the Edge Imps, we run 3 Edge Imp Chain and 1 Sabers. When Chain is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Edge Imp, 1 Fright for a card from your deck to your hand, and if he attacks, you can add another Edge Imp's Chain from your deck to your hand, but you can only get 1 of his effects per turn. And Sabers can't. His only effect is you can send a card from the top of your hand to the top of the deck to special summon him, which allows 2 plays as well. Then for the non-Fluffal stuff, we have 2 King of the Swamp. It can discard itself to add a polymerization. Then, if either in your hand or in the graveyard, he can count as any name on a ritual card, so long as specifically stated. So, say I have this instead of Sabers, I'll use this as the Sabers for Tiger. And then 1 Max C, because Max C, you can't. You still have, even with it at 1, you still have to play it. Otherwise, I personally think you're not super great at Yu-Gi-Oh! Because even without 1, it's broken, and opening it causes wins. Next, we have 3 Toy Vendor. You can't have this deck without the Toy Vendor. When this card is sent from anywhere to the graveyard, you can add 1 Fluffal or 1 Edge Imp Sabers from your deck to your hand, and that's not once per turn. Once per turn, so long as it's a same copy face up, you can discard 1 card to draw and reveal a card as a Fluffal. Special summon any monster from your hand. But say if I have 2, I'll get that effect twice. So it's the most broken card in the deck because it's not once per turn. I run 2 Poly and 1 Fusion Substitution, which counts as Poly. This is searchable because it's basically Poly. That's why you can't have 3 Poly in this, because it is always polymerization. But I've used this for materials on field because you'll have enough always on field to use this. And then if your board gets destroyed, and you want a Pacific Fusion in your grave to be added back to your deck, you can banish this and do so and draw a card from the main deck. So more consistency. 3 Foolish Burial of Goods. This allows you to send 1 spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard. I'm running 3 because I want to see it firsthand, because it allows you to send a Toy Vendor, and Toy Vendor is going to get you a search, so you get the plus more from deck and everything. Then for 2 elves, we have 2 Instant Fusion. The targets for these are Norden and Sheep. Then we have 2 Twin Twisters for back row, 2 Fright for Fusion, 1 Fright, and then that's it for the 2 elves. For 1 elves, we have 1 Fright for Factory, 1 Upstart Goblin, and then for your board wipers, we have Raigeki and Darko. And that's it for the main. Now for the extra, we have 3 Fright for Sabretooth. When this card is summoned, it takes 1 Fright for a monster and 1 or more Fluffal monsters. I run him at 3 because, in my opinion, you're bad if you don't, because he is super broke. And in case they built a, wipe your field, you'll need you'll need at least 1 or 2 more to come back and do some stupid plays. He's a level 8. When he is summoned, you can target 1 Fright for a fusion monster in your grave, special summon it back, basically a monster reborn. And if he's used to 3 or more materials, he can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. And all Fright for monsters gain 400 attack. Then we have the new card, 2 Kraken. Once per turn, you can send one monster your opponent controls to the graveyard and doesn't destroy. And if you do, this card can't attack directly this turn, but he also gets 2 attacks, and at the end of the battle phase, if I attack with him, he'll go into booty, which is 3,000. So he has some multiple stupid effects going on. We have 2 Tiger, the board wiper card of the deck. It takes 1 Edgent Sabers and 1 or more Fluffal monsters for every material used. He pops a card. We got 2 Sheep, the revivable Armades of the deck. When it attacks its Armades, if it gets destroyed by your opponent's card by battle card effect, it'll come back with 800 more attack. Also, Tiger, for every Fright Fur / Fluffal monster on field, all Fright Fur monsters gain 300 attack as well. We still got the 1 Wolf because it's still relevant for Fright for Fusion. When it comes out in the field, it gets as many attacks as the materials used. We got the 1 Norden for rank 4 plays. It's a fairy type. We got Utopia and Utopia the Lightning package. We got the Fairy Chill Girl. Takes 2 fairy types. You can discard. You can detach to draw a card, and then 1 Harbinger for the rank 8s. That's also why I'm running 3 Sabretooth right now, because I have him. And it plus Kraken is this. If I go first. Next for sideboard. Sideboard is purely preference, but this is how I've seen the meta so far, so this is why I like. 2 Flying Sea for Exceed, like the new Dinosaur deck coming out, and Zodiacs. 2 Forbidden Chalice for negating effects, and this, going against the True King deck when it comes out, VFD. They do VFD, you chain this, and they don't get the effect. 3 Lancia for Infinite decks, Dinosaur decks, because they vanish, and various things. 1 Retaliating Sea, I want to get a second one, because when you're facing Zodiac's activated effect, you're going to special summon this. And so, stuff sent to the grave is vanished instead, but if they so happen to pop it, you get the free Max C adding. 2 Purple, because if I know I'm going against D-barriers, I'll slide this in because it can discard itself in another fairy type to negate a trap. 2 Brazil Prison, depending on what decks I go against, Synchro Exceeds, because of when I have a fusion monster, I can activate this, and the rest of this turn, Synchro Exceed monsters lose their effects. They can't be summoned if they're not already summoned, and they can't attack. And then the last 3 is 3 DD Crow for Infinoids, Totally Awesome, Zodiacs, and all that good stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. Like, rate, subscribe, and comment. This has been Hades, and I am out!